Hello and welcome to our video blog brought to you by Neosystems and SAP Concur. I'm Don Carnevale, Director of Corporate Marketing at Neosystems, and I'm joined by Kyle Lieblein, Senior Solutions Consultant at SAP Concur. Today we're going to discuss what steps government contractors should be considering when looking to improve their accounts payable process. Kyle, thanks for joining me today. Let's jump right in. With regards to federal contractors making their accounts payable operation more efficient and compliant, what do you see as the role of the staff?
Yeah, good question, Don. So the staff is and really always will be crucial in this process. So while we see many of our customers use this as an opportunity to redeploy some of their staff to more value-add activities due to the time savings of adopting our solution, they're simply moving in a more strategic direction. No one, should be paying their staff to walk from office to office to deliver paper invoices, right? So let's use that time to drive intangible value and tangible value for the organization. And that's what we're seeing with our customers every day. Your best investment, right, is always in your people. Technology empowers staff, but the staff do enable technology at the end of the day. So in creating automation and efficiencies via the SAP Concur solutions, your people will undoubtedly look to create process improvements across the board and really in all lines of business that they can impact.
Yeah, that's a great point, Kyle. We often see our clients simply struggle to keep up with the tracking of invoices and processing them in a timely and efficient manner is also a big challenge. And I definitely agree with you that the staff is so important, as are the processes that they ultimately will set up. The technology then becomes an extension of those good foundational practices that the internal team has already established. So next question I have for you is, how many different systems or tools are federal contractors using as part of their overall accounts payable process?
Sure, yeah. Another great question, because really the AP process at the end of the day, it can't be simplified here. It's dimensional, it's prone to fraud, it has many different components that can make the process difficult to track. So in 2021, we still see organizations using static Excel documents to log their AP aging reports and back office rooms dedicated to stacks of filing cabinets that employees are leveraging to pull old invoices for external or DCAA audits. Those days are still with us. And with this comes with many inefficiencies that can be expected. Other organizations are relying on their financial systems. However, those are simply not built to handle the robust needs of a true AP system outside of your general reporting. And then not to mention no backups with a manual paper-driven process and the risks that do come with that alone. So going into 2021 and beyond, it's more important than ever, not only to stay competitive, but to grow with the times and move to a digital cloud-based AP process. And we feel there's no better solution out there than SAP Concur for that.
And many of our clients fit into the category you just described. They're using Microsoft Excel sheets and bankers boxes full of paperwork to track invoices, and they've got massive storage rooms with these boxes just piled up. And many of them have no backup systems or automated processes to accelerate those payments to the vendors. And there's just so many inherent risks when handling your accounts payable this way, and for security and compliance, as well as for the vendor satisfaction. So how can federal contractors be more prepared for DCAA audits?
Yeah, I love this question. So at the end of the day, no system is DCAA compliant, right? It boils down to how the solution is built, how it's configured, that prepares an organization for an audit ultimately. So at SAP Concur, we have thousands of individuals that wake up every day dedicated to the public sector space. Our teams are designed to understand proper configurations and support for our federal contractor customers by showing where costs are actually being spent, audit trails with date, time, and approval stamps, and backup data always being accessible is really where we start. And then we then take that a step further and provide organizations with reports to track unallowable expenses, any overages, ability to drive compliance via audit rules, and of course track exceptions, because we know how important it is to track all funds received from the government. By eliminating the paperwork and moving digital, it becomes extremely easy to recognize the time savings of having all data and images in the cloud to be searched for and then pulled instantly. This becomes extremely key when considering the work from home transition, enabling your AP department to be prepared and have all the documentation at their fingertips, even from their home offices. That was a long-winded way of saying, really, SAP Concur is built to prepare organizations for DCAA audits, and will continue to evolve in that capacity with the changing of times.
You made so many great points here, and having those audit trails showing all the relevant information regarding the payments and the costs is such a breath of fresh air for government contractors. And having your data saved in the cloud and those payments processed efficiently really offers incredible peace of mind for any GovCon who's had that dreaded surprise visit from a DCAA auditor. So that's some great points there. Now, what level of investment are GovCons making in their AP process, and what type of return on investment are they truly seeing?
Yeah, so to me, there's tangible and intangible ROI. And with an AP system, or really with anything, Don, government contractors we speak with today have money invested in all these different channels, whether that's software licenses, on-prem technologies, storage rooms, increased headcount to manage a manual process. The level of investment is, multifaceted. One of the best parts about SAP Concur is that it consolidates everything I just mentioned from the top down. So real ROI, we can throw astounding numbers and percentages out there, which will vary from organization to organization, but the tangible ROI is clear with adopting SAP Concur. Now, a 3-year ROI alone can be incredible for most government contractors. But when I layer on the intangible piece, or more so the layers that are harder to quantify, so less risk, prevention of fraud and compliance issues, increased productivity with less, more and more workflow automation, fewer late payments, and more early payment discounts, that's when the conversation starts to broaden from hard dollars to how is this benefiting my organization as a whole? So it really broadens the scope to include more than just an ROI, but also a VOI, or value of improvement. Those are conversations I really enjoy having with prospects because a light bulb kind of goes off, and that's what makes my job fun. So saving government contractors hard-earned money and using SAP Concur to make their lives easier at the end of the day.
That's really well said, Kyle. And most government contractors, particularly the small and medium-sized organizations, really go to great lengths to evaluate those technologies before moving forward with those investments. Being able to tell the story of the proven ROI that SAP Concur offers is truly music to their ears.
Yeah.
And all these organizations, they're looking for any possible competitive edge they can get, and saving money while realizing all the security, compliance, and efficiencies that SAP Concur delivers is a really powerful story to tell. And it's been one that our clients and prospects have really perked up at once we've had those discussions with them.
Sure.
So next question I have for you, Kyle, is how can AP technology help any organization be more efficient and compliant?
Yeah, so let's kind of take a step back. When thinking about a lot of what we've discussed already, which is of course extremely relevant here, it boils down to being more efficient and compliant, no matter which agency you serve or what your mission is. As the federal government itself moves to the cloud, federal contractors, they must take a similar approach. Now, accounts payable is a large part of any organization. Everyone has bills to pay, cash flow optimizations is top of mind, and SAP Concur's AP technology is really at the forefront of this digital shift, right, in allowing organizations to easily comply with regulations more efficiently and visibly. So by securely storing documents, having an audit trail for each individual invoice that comes into the system, we're helping our customers stay compliant. And in this industry, that really ultimately does mean everything. Our technology takes compliance and then efficiency to new heights by bringing in invoices automatically, right? So we're starting to eliminate that manual entry, eliminate errors on submissions, avoid duplicates along the way, and provide federal contractors with workflow automation, escalations and notifications, and best-in-class mobile functionality so everyone can really stay productive while they're on the road. So we do cover the true end-to-end of the spectrum here, and of course give managers and executives all the data they then need to stay ahead of the competition and make the best business decisions.
That's a great point about the government agencies moving more and more to the secure cloud technologies to keep up with the funding agency priorities while fending off all those competitors we talked about. A growing number of organizations are really turning to automated cloud-based platforms like SAP Concur so that they can stay compliant while processing those invoices faster and better. And our GovCon clients have told us just how impactful the transparency in the spending is, and the built-in audit trails just add to that. So last question here for you, Kyle, before we wrap up.
Yeah.
How can AP teams work to pay their vendors in a more timely manner?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked, Don. So I guess the best to answer that would be kind of via a more streamlined, efficient, and compliant AP process, right? So one where you can automate your workflow and drastically shorten invoice processing times. AP teams are then empowered to pay their vendors quickly and then accurately. This will also strengthen supplier relations and then potentially give federal contractors the ability to establish more favorable payment terms and then leverage early payment discounts where applicable, like I mentioned before. AP teams will appreciate kind of that enhanced level of visibility into the status of each invoice the minute an invoice is received versus having it sit on someone's desk for a few days before it enters a workflow, which happens a lot in a manual process. Now, I want to clarify visibility here too. We're talking visibility into every detail of every invoice that has been or is currently being processed at the click of a few buttons. So by bringing in optical character recognition into the beginning of the process too, we're eliminating paper and increasing accuracy while eliminating touch points. All this combined allows AP teams to leverage SAP Concur to pay their vendors in record times accurately while optimizing cash flow and staying compliant. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everyone here.
Yeah, this is a great way to wrap up our conversation. The key to a truly effective accounts payable operation is having all these elements working together: the people, the processes, and the tool set. And the accounting staff really needs to be trained well and has to be properly motivated. And these same people establish those effective processes that track spending and pay those vendors in a timely manner. The technology enables the accelerated payments and has the secure infrastructure as well as the compliant operations. And our clients really love how much paper they've removed from their AP process thanks to SAP Concur. And ultimately, all parties see the benefits: the government contractor, the funding agency, as well as the vendor who's getting paid faster and without error. Again, it's a great story to be able to tell. So that'll wrap up our video blog for today. Kyle, thanks for joining me and sharing your thoughts. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or need additional information about how SAP Concur for government is helping government contractors, please contact us at growahead@neosystemscorp.com or visit us at www.neosystemscorp.com. Thanks and have a great day.